Having, I'm assuming now, watched Jeremy Griffith's redeeming explanation of the human condition, I want to emphasise that it doesn't matter who you are or what kind of life you currently lead, having the explanation of the human condition will completely transform your life to the most wonderful existence imaginable. I know we're talking about coming out of caves, living in sunshine, the meaning of life and the like, but this transformation isn't weird, or New Age, or a religious faith. It isn't based on dogma, it's based on understanding. And that's why this movement will finally sweep the world and succeed where all movements before it have failed. Those other movements were basically nothing more than stopgaps in the case of religion, or desperate, delusion-based false starts to a human condition-free new world in the case of all the others. But this movement is the real thing, a transformed world based finally on being able to understand and actually heal our psychologically troubled human condition. Yes, this transformation is all driven by simple, rational, biological logic. So the way to transform your life is to simply follow the unfailing logic presented in Jeremy Griffith's books and videos on this website. Understanding the human condition gives you the ability, for the first time ever, to understand every aspect of human behaviour in yourself and in everybody else with 100% clarity and confidence. The understanding will change how you view humans, and most importantly yourself, literally overnight. And your behaviour will change naturally as a result, and just as quickly. There is an initial stunned deaf effect that trying to read about the human condition can initially cause. But once you get through that stage, and in no time at all, the understanding changes everything. This is a great little story to help illustrate how understanding completely transforms our situation. So, imagine you're standing on a crowded bus in the middle of peak hour and the person next to you has bad breath and you're hot and exhausted and frustrated. You just need to get home. And from somewhere behind you, you start feeling something whacking you on the leg. And this goes on. And with each whack, you get a little bit more angry. And in fact, after a while, you're absolutely furious. And so suddenly you decide to turn around and throttle the bastard who's doing it. But when you turn around, you realise that it's an old blind woman knocking you with a cane by mistake as she tries to get her bearings. Well, the effect of this discovery is that it instantly and completely changes the way that you feel. Finally able to understand the situation, all the fury abates, and relief and calm just floods through you. You don't feel like a victim anymore. The whole situation has been turned around by being able to understand it. And it's like that, but on a much, much, much bigger scale when you understand the human condition. We have been hideous victims of the human condition, having to live horrifically, unfairly condemned. We had to suffer corruption to find understanding. But with understanding found, we aren't victims anymore. We don't have to be ashamed. We don't have to shake our fists at the heavens anymore and prove to everyone and everything that they've been wrong about us. First principle science has proven that we are worthwhile, glorious, heroic beings. It had to be the way it's been. There was no other way, but it's all over. The relief of finally being able to understand floods through our whole being. The anger and frustration just dissipates. All the bullshit, the falseness, and the lies end. We can finally love ourselves and participate in the world instead of constantly fighting it. No longer preoccupied with proving our self-worth, we will finally have the room in ourselves to properly help others, to selflessly participate in stopping the suffering everywhere we look. And I promise you, literally everyone will do this. Really, the transformation of the world is already a fait accompli, an absolute certainty. Sure, it will take some time to get started, but what will win the day is logic. Humans are thinking, rational beings. So when all the logic points in one direction, then there really is no other choice but for every single human to take that path. And eventually they will. It will be slow for a start because humans hate and resist change. But nonetheless, change does happen when an idea's time has come. And with all the crises and the suffering and the mental agony that's in the world now, this idea's time has most certainly come. So, as more and more people catch on to this logical, rational, fully accountable explanation of the human condition, the transformation will begin to sweep the world. When the word gets out about this awesome breakthrough, there's going to be an absolute stampede. It's going to be on for young and old. Solving the human condition has been critically important. The fact is that without this explanation, the world would continue to spiral to complete and utter destruction. Not from environmental devastation or wars as is portrayed in our apocalyptic movies, but from terminal psychosis, unbearable separation or alienation from our true self or soul. The key thing to remember is that it is our job from here on to get that necessary truth up and then move on from it. Acknowledge the past, then put it all behind us and focus on building a new world free of the human condition. And I'm telling you, really and truly, that after the initial shock of exposure, the overwhelming effect this great transition will be known for is excitement. When you cotton onto this, it will I guarantee you, you'll be jumping out of your skin with excitement. You can't stop dancing with excitement. Honestly, this is all so freeing of your life. In fact, so relieving of any and every situation. The excitement is nearly too much to bear. This fabulous breakthrough will transport you and everybody else to a completely wonderful new existence. We aren't bad. We are wonderful beings. We're glorious. There is a happy ending. There's a get out of jail free card here. Love is all around. Boom, crash, wham, bam. The human condition is over. Let's go.